Guys, it's finally time. Today I'm going to be reviewing the monster Torog. This is the newest ancestral monster and a lot of you guys have been requesting for it. So today we're finally back and I'll be reviewing this monster for you guys. It's going to be a 150 rank 5. The monster is currently available in the newest season. It is part of the Conjuring event. That's how you actually obtain it. But today I'm going to do a full review, letting you guys know this monster is actually worth it or not. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. Anyways, it's going to get started. Alright guys, so take a look at this. We have Torog here, and man, that design is actually kind of cool. Like the lava's all melting off of him. That's actually really nice. So looks like we actually just get the monster. Oh my gosh, no way, that's actually really cool. That's really sick how it just automatically turned into 150. It's really dope. Yo, thank you so much, Social Point. By the way, speaking of, they actually did went ahead and basically sponsored this video again. You know what I mean? Giving me all the cells, resources, and everything you guys are going to be seeing. Huge thanks to Social Point. They basically give me all that to review this monster for you guys. But this monster has some insane stats. Look at that, 63,648. Power is at almost 2 million, and this is stock, by the way. Like, we're talking no runes or anything like that. Speaking of, let me remove that real quick. And then 33,200 speed. Oh my gosh, this is insane. But yeah, guys, there's going to be a barcode as well on the screen. You guys can go ahead and scan that if you're playing on a computer. Easier, quicker access to basically... wait a second. What the heck? What? No. Oh, wait. What? Wait, what? Oh, that's really weird. Oh, it's cool and it's weird. Look at this. Locked and locked, right? But you can... No. Wait, no. Oh my gosh. Wait. What? Oh my gosh, that's a bug. That's a bug. Okay. For a second I thought I'd actually be able to change it, but then I only have 2 skills here. Wait, that is actually it's kind of cool looking, but it's also really weird. All right, so anyways, let's see what we have here. Fire weakness to all enemies, deals moderate fire damage to all enemies, applies burn and ignite to all enemies. Okay, that's actually that's nice because you're applying the fire weakness first before dealing the damage, so you're going to deal more damage than usual. There's also burn and ignite as tortures. Removing torches from one enemy and gains a damage boost per effect removed. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. What else do we have? Let's see. We have Hellgate Pact, which is a low fire damage to all enemies. Applies quicksand and random torture to all enemies. So you're applying 2 tortures there. Gains a 50% damage protection, loses tortures, and heals itself by 10% per torture removed. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. So not only are you removing tortures, but you're also healing the amount of tortures you actually have. So the more torture you have, the more you heal. This one also deals a pretty good amount of damage. There's an ignite as a torture that's being applied. This one removes tortures from one enemy and heals itself by 10% per removed. And then there's a rain and tortures to all enemies. Okay. Honestly, I don't know. This one's actually not bad. So here's the thing. I kind of want to run this monster as an attacker. I know he's like a torturer / attacker, but I want to run him as a full attacker, but those tortures are just like a bonus. Also, I'm going to go ahead and restart my game real quick. Very cool loading screen, by the way. But I'm going to go ahead and basically reload my whole game just to see if this actually got fixed here. We're going to go ahead and do this. And let's see. There he is, 150. Okay, it's still locked. That's really weird. Yeah, I think it's just because it kind of bugged out because maybe like the way it was coded. Usually I get the egg, you know, rank it up and it's all natural, but this one was kind of like weird. You know, the whole thing was just in the storage, and when I placed it, it was already at 150 maxed out. And I believe I do have the extra 9,000 cells here still. Now, before we get into anything more, here's the thing. The trait, we kind of forgot about it, right? Just because the monster was already fed up or whatever. Oh, he is a megataunt? He's a tank. Oh my gosh, what? Okay, then in that case, this just changes everything. Remove torches perfect. Okay, well, in that case, I might actually have to run that skill. The only thing is, this one gains damage boost per effect removed, which he doesn't really need. I feel like this would actually help him out a lot more. The 50% damage protection with the life regen. I think that's really nice. Or the life regen. What is it called? It wasn't life regen. It's like a life heal, basically. Gains 50% damage per... Okay, lose tortures. And losing torture is actually pretty good, too. Does he already have like... Dude, wait. Oh, I thought this was like a immune to torture for a second. I was gonna say he doesn't really need that in that case unless he gets straight disabled. But yeah, no. So I'm gonna actually probably keep it this way then. But it just kind of sucks because these two are locked and I don't have access to them. But this monster started off with Hardened first. Then you move on to Rain of Torture to all enemies, which is really good. When the monster gets a turn, that's going to be applied. Bulwark is one of the best to have. On top of that, you get damage reduction and Megaton as a trade. Now, that is actually some really good stuff. Now, here's the thing. This monster does not replace that other Ancestral Megatons. Adild is still going to be top tier. He is most likely going to be up there with him, but Adild is not going to get replaced, just to let you guys know. Now, anyways, in terms of the Awakening or Ultimate, it says Torog receives damage 5 times, which is super easy because he has a Megatons. So if he receives damage 3 times, looks like his Awakening mode is Torture Immunity, which is really good. Skill Mirror, that's also really good. And then his ultimate, let's see, what is it? Disables traits on all enemies, removes tortures from all enemies, and deals 15 damage. Well, oh, okay. That could have been a little bit better, honestly. But, I mean, it's easy to awaken. I like his virtues. So, it's not going to be too bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, that skill mirror with the Megatons and Torture Immunity is actually kind of crazy. But looks like for the relics, what I would recommend doing, since he has double armor, do either 2 Honor Dojo armors, or if you have a 1 Honor Dojo, you can do that. And the second one, you could do like a fill-in for Supreme, or like a, you know, Killer Ox armor. You can even do Votomelter armor to deal in extra damage. I think I'm going to do Supreme armor. But yeah, so that's pretty much it there, the relics. All right, guys, you guys already know what time it is, right? It's time to get runes, and here's what I recommend, guys. So I would do either triple team speed, or you can actually do 2 team speed and 1 life like this. This is probably going to be the best, or you can do something like this, but I would probably suggest at least 1 life rune. You can go as far as even 2 life runes. He's going to be a bit more tankier, but that's up to you. And then you can run it with somebody that opens up the path a little bit and denies or whatever, and then you have your attacker as well. So something like this is what I'm going to do. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is finally time to take this monster in battle. Actually, I'm actually curious what that's going to look like, having 2 skills and then the other 2 being locked. So we're about to see that for the first time. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade disable the Inspiration there. And then also I do want to, I can either deny, actually denying won't be a bad idea because you're also applying toxins there as well, which is going to deal a pretty good amount of damage. The only thing is the other 2 monsters didn't get denied, so it does kind of suck. But let's do, I'm thinking let's do the burning to that monster real quick. He is a bit of a big threat here in this battle, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. And then let me go ahead and do some thunder damage to everybody else. Arcillary sword kicking in, obscure sword 2. I don't want to like do too much to them, so I'm just gonna go ahead and charge up. Now he gets a turn. Oh, well, that's okay. So look at this, family issues, and this one I can't really use. When I'm clicking on it, nothing happens. I'm gonna do my damage section. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them get a turn in. They're gonna die from all the chargers that I just applied to them. But yeah, what's cool is that when you're pairing it up with Akira, when somebody dies, they won't be able to come back. So these guys are not going to come back because of the trait that I have here. So all these guys are just going to die and they're not going to come back at all. But I feel like I made that too easy. I made that way too easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and charge out here and I'm going to let them get a turn in. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and apply. I kind of want to do this, but then it's going to be a waste if I do. Gains a 50% damage reduction. I do like that. I can't use these other skills, so I'm just going to do this one just for the damage section, just to let them get a turn in and do whatever they want to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and get him a turn. Look at that. I have 4 million life. That's insane, bro. Yo, that's actually insane. Let me go ahead and do the AoE skill, and looks like when I tried denying everybody, it just went right towards my my Torog monster. So Torog took all the damage, all the control, because he has the Megaton there. Now look, I'm going to go ahead and let's say I'm going to do this extra turn skill here real quick. And that's just +1. Yep, awakening +1. Look at that. So now what are we? We're at 2 out of 5 already. Now, you know what I'm actually wondering? If we use an AoE skill, I wonder if that AoE skill will count as a +3 instead of +1. Let's actually find out. I'm gonna find out just now. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. That was a lot of damage. That was a whole lot of damage. But I want to see, oh, it was just a +1. Interesting. Okay. Well, the thing is, if I get a turn in, I have corruption, so the monster won't even. Yeah, he has bleeding already, toxins. Oh, that's gonna kill him. It's 100% gonna kill him. But let me go ahead and get you a little bit weaker there real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and charge up now. Looks like Florian's still alive. I thought Florian died for some reason, and then of course my tank died there. Okay, well those tortures did kind of destroy him there. All right, so here's what I'm actually gonna do. Look, I'm gonna do this again, but this time let's just apply. I don't want to do shocked only. I want to do this toxins one because I know it's going to deal a good amount of damage. Plus toxins later on, it's also going to deal a pretty good amount of damage. So there it is. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, just do my thing real quick. Nothing too crazy, nothing too harsh. But here in a second, I'm going to get turned in and look at this. I took 450k damage there. I tanked it. Now this one right here, this is a skill I actually wanted to test out. So it gains a 50% damage section. It heals, but also it heals when it removes torture. So it said it missed, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's really weird. So wait, that is actually super weird. It like missed. I know I have blind, like it missed, but it didn't heal me. It didn't remove the torture either. So nothing happened at all. Well, it's definitely a very weird scenario. But I'm pretty sure these guys are about to die too. They're about to tank in all that. She's about to tank in a lot of damage here. So look, she's 100% dead and she can't come back either because of the block res. But basically, essentially what happens is that it removes the torture, and depending on how many tortures there is, if it's, let's just say that toxins only, which there was just toxins, if it removes the toxins, it's just going to heal by 10%. That's really about it. If there was, let's say, toxins plus bleeding, that would have been like 20% because it's 10%, 10%. It stacks up by, you know, the 10% together. Look at that. So it would have been 20 together. So if you want to heal fully, if you just literally want to get 100% life regen, you would essentially need about, what, 10 tortures or so? Wait, I'm sorry, 5 tortures. You need 5 tortures. So, you know, just stack up 5 tortures and you can heal fully, but that's a lot of tortures though. Now, just to go ahead and show you guys his awakening real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm actually paired it up against Voltic here. So he's going to be triggering it, but he's also not going to be doing anything extra. So for example, this is what I mean. So again, +1 every time, you know, he attacks, there's going to be a +1 every time. And again, if you use an AoE skill, it's not really going to count as a +3. It's just going to count as literally just a +1 awakening, which I feel like isn't really fair because you're getting hit 3 times. It says receive damage, right? 2 out of 5. So you're technically receiving damage 3 times instead of 1. So I don't know, maybe they'll go ahead and change that in the future. We'll have to see. But I think that just makes more sense if it's a +3 instead. But then again, that's going to be a little bit more OP. But it just makes sense though. And looks like Voltic just died. Oh, great. All right, that's fine because we still have these guys alive. So with these guys, we could do something. I'm just going to go ahead and do this just for fun, just a +1, you know, just to help with the awakening a little bit. And now with this monster, I could do this other one. It's like a 40% life removal, I think, with like a rapid sense. And look at that. That's actually kind of sick. So now I finally got my awakening. As you guys can see, I have skill mirror. I also have virtue of torture immunity. So anything he really has on himself, when he gets his awakening, it'll remove automatically because the torture immunity is being, you know, applied. So trade tables removes tortures from all enemies and deals 15 per damage removed. We're gonna go ahead and do it in a second. But here's the thing. Look, I'm gonna do this, and he's gonna do it back over to me. Literally because it's just skill mirroring everything. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of that virtue over there? I think that's actually pretty dope. I like it. It kind of reminds me of a Dale, I think it is. Or no, is it a Dale or is it the other one? I think it's Sabrus. I think Sabrus is the one with that. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge up here. He's gonna get the turn, but unfortunately he loses. He loses that turn. I'm actually gonna try to apply some tortures to them because oh, I can't apply tortures to him because unfortunately I just can't. You know, he's kind of immune to it. He has a torture thing right there. But let me go ahead and actually apply the toxins though, and that's going to be applied to the other monster. Here we go, guys. So this one trade tables fully, removes tortures and deals 15 per damage removed. I'm pretty sure that one's going to die right there, or probably close to dying. No, okay, I guess not. It barely removed any life, to be honest. I think he's better off with just keeping just his virtue. I think the virtue is good enough, guys. I personally wouldn't really do more than just that. Like once you have his virtue unlocked, just keep it at that, you know what I mean? Unless, let's say, the battle is really easy, then you can use his ultimate. But I think he's better off with just keeping his virtue there. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's monsters video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on Torog. I do apologize that this, you know, unfortunately we couldn't really use the other two here. But I would say in terms of best skills, I would do Hell Eater. I would do this one, obviously. And then you can keep this one as a bonus. And you can either do Suffering Eater, or you can switch it up with this one right here, because not only are you applying Quicksand, but also a random Torture. Also taking a look at it, looks like most of the skills are high stamina cost. So I would probably suggest removing one of these relics, like for example Supreme Armor. You can remove it and replace it with like a Killer Rock's Armor or something. Anything that gives you stamina, I would say, because he'll need that. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the sponsor, and that's gonna be pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. See you next one. Peace out.